And welcome to round 5 of the PRI Formula Indy Series, coming to you from the Super Speedway in Fontana. That might not be much longer of this world, but we're going to run it tonight. And we are right in the middle of qualifications. We are about 1:05 left. As you see, Seifert is our current pole sitter. Right now there is VDS. He is currently taking some laps. Hello again, everybody. This is Gary Gotso with Race First coverage of the FIS, and we have our only oval race that we will be attending this season right here on the Super Speedway. Expecting some fast speeds, but most importantly, well, not most importantly, but probably most exciting to everyone else, is we are looking at pretty much a pack race for 250 miles. Want to welcome everybody to the Midwest Kidney Warriors California 250. Van de Sant takes the pole with a 32.7. As qualifications are getting ready to wind down. We'll get that starting lineup out here for a minute, as we have been trying to improve some overlay aspects, performance issues. I think that's it. We will wait till it becomes official. There we go. And let's get to the starting grid. And again, having overlay issues. We will get there. Not sure what's going on here. There we go. Let's get the starting grid down. There you go, Alex Van de Sant, P1, and Nate Seifert, P2. Dakota DeMaid, P3. The gas man just missing off on another pole. Last night's Lionheart winner, Caleb Bency, P4. Christian Jasper, P5. And Principal Dan Piazza, P6. We got Hans Schlogel, P7. Shane Coogan, P8. Gavin Sanders, after last week's victory, P9. Rodrigo Munoz, P10. Matt Houston, P11. And Gonzalo Munoz, P12. Brian Kennedy, 13th. Kresge, 14th. Galaz, 15th. Evans, 16th. Cody Claiborne, 17th. And Valenzuela, 18th. Lusher, 19th. Groff, 20th. Dory, 21st. JJ Wang, 22nd, Goyette, 23rd, and Silva, 24th with no time. And rounding out the 25th and 26th positions on the starting grid, Summerall in 25th, and Peter Donchek in 26th. Getting ready to go green here, as we are looking at Caleb Bency in the ABC Supply throwback. Getting the camera here on Alex Van de Sant, our pole sitter. Outside of him is Nate Seifert. I'm not sure if he was supposed to have a throwback livery on or not. I'm not seeing it. We'll have throwback liveries throughout the field. We'll point them out, talk about them as the race goes on. Getting ready to take the green. Pace car is off. Field is under the control of VDS. And we are getting ready to go green flag on the only oval race of the year, or the season, for FIS. We're underway. Secret looking down the backstretch on the inside and gets the line on Alex. Little drone can there, but we'll get back here on the ground level. And Nate is going to probably lead this first lap as we are down one of the books. Side by side up front. Here's Dakota LeMay, 3 wide now, with Christian Jasper starting to get involved here. And Jasper in one of the throwback Team Penske shell cars of Helio Castro Neves when he drove those in the Indy 500. Of course, whoa, right to the backside of Caleb Benzie. Caleb Benzie, ABC Supply, that's AJ Foyt Racing, longtime sponsor. Right up there in front of them, Dakota LeMay, and he is in the Novo Nordisk was a regular sponsor of that one. Names just all of a sudden escape me, and I don't know why. I mean, you can sit here and quote IndyCar stuff all the time, and oh, side by side there, Shane Coogan. Shane Coogan in his own livery, but himself as a throwback to the early mid-90s Chip Ganassi. Look at this on the high side. Gavin Sanders with a big set right there, and he is driving away in that Sebastian Bourdais throwback on the McAfee. Black and chrome, classy. Gavin back to the inside here on Caleb. This is a battle for 5th. Alex Vanasant is up front again, battle for 1st. There is your ticker. We'll try our best to look at the best battles on the racetrack. We're not always going to be able to see them, but we will make sure that we go through the field pretty good. Right now, everyone's starting to get kind of separated, but here's a battle right here. Inside, Brian Kennedy outside. That's Gonzalo Munoz. Christopher Kresge in the Schnapple. Throwback to Marco Andretti. There's Rodrigo Munoz. And the Hydroxy cut. Throwback to the 2013 Indy 500 winner of Tony Kanaan. Fan favorite. Caleb is falling back to 7th. But again, I don't think that's much of a big deal. These races, you want to pick your spots. Find an area where you're comfortable, kind of ride it out and start dialing back the engine map and start conserving fuel. We're looking at 35 to 40 laps to a run. Man, look at them all behind them. Let's go back at Brian Kennedy. He was on the bottom there, surrounded by everybody. The back there's Hugo Gallas. Let's get back up to the front, see what the action is here. As we got a bit of a 5-car breakaway. VDS Secret, DeMay, Jasper, Sanders, and Coogan now. 6-car breakaway. Fellas, get up there in the high line. High line is a little OP with these cars and this tire model. You can get a great big run on the high side. Problem is, the car that's down low is going to kind of want to come up in its normal line up near the wall. Might not see you and might clip you. So we will begin to see how well the low line begins to defend against the high line. 3 wide going into turn 1. Look at Christian Jasper. He's going to full send that down the backstretch. Christian Jasper up to P2, under the gearbox of VDS, pulls out, and he is in charge of this race. Look at them, they have 5 different lines they can take to these turns here. We're in turns 3 and 4 into the tri-oval on this 2-mile, 14-degree banked oval in Fontana, California, which they will soon shrink to a half-mile short track. Just what we need. Got a good luck to driver John Silva from Rio de Janeiro. All right. A very famous IndyCar oval down there in Rio. It's not there anymore, but coined the phrase the Roval, and it seems to be running to the ground here, at least on the Cup, NASCAR Cup side of things. Roval. Actually, it was dubbed the Roval because it was an oval, and at the end of the front straightaway, turn 1 was a rather tight turn 1, and they had to slow down and downshift in order to take it. And that was the Emerson Fittipaldi Raceway there. Currently watching Alex Van de Sant with Shane Coogan right there with him. Of 125, your fastest lap. Looking back in the pack, P6 Gonzalo Munoz. We'll take a look at him at 32.8. He's not that far out of the picture. There he is. He is in the GoDaddy, not an exact period specific GoDaddy from when James Hinchcliffe drove it. It's a bit of a homage to between the two, and eventually what Danica drove for the her last 500 in 2018. But everyone recognizes the GoDaddy colors. GoDaddy was a big participant and supplier to the league as a sponsor in the 2012 to 2015 period, and we are cautioned on the racetrack. And I don't want to alarm anybody, but we will see. It might be John Silva, and it's John Silva. All right, let's go back in time and see what happened to old John here with the wheel flapping around. Part of the rules tonight, there will be lucky dogs, and the reason why is that this series... oh, okay, we see why. John already had damage. And it looks like J.J. Wang had some damage. Okay, all right. So let's bring this... Oh, yeah, JJ right up into him. Got 2 cars with flopping tires. Oh, JJ to the inside. Yeah, we're going to ride that around. So a bit of a... We might have 3 cars involved there, actually. Yeah, there's a 3rd car right there. That was... there's JJ Wang. So we had Wang was involved there. That's a throwback to... yeah, that's a throwback to James. Oh, I am so busy focused in on trying to get you the camera bits here. Forgetting James Davidson, excuse me. But we are on pit lane. Gavin Sanders, we're looking at him. Let's go to our leader, which is Christian Jasper. So we are pitting at lap 16 to 25. So they're about halfway through a run. We'll see how this impacts the fuel mileage. Typically, these become fuel mileage races. Most of the time, they pretty safely are navigated by these guys. They do get a little wild early on, and one of the reasons why is that you get these great runs, and people think that he can go right to the top. Oh, Jasper maintaining his spot there at the top, beating out VDS out of the pits. They get to the front, and they realize there is no place to go. So let's go through the field really quick. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at last week's race results. If we can see those. But here are the point situation. Here's the driver's points. Caleb Bency is your leader with the 161 points. Principal Dan, 143. Seifert, 141. BDS, 87. Jeff Groff, 83. Liam Quinn, 81. Julian Altin, not in the lineup tonight, 79. Christopher Hills, 79. Isaac Snyder with 70. And Gavin Sanders, as you saw in the top 5 there, with 68. Team points. There you go. Team Race First with Caleb Bency and Matt Houston currently are your leaders. Old Dogs are P2 with 204 points. FBR Motorsports 198. Kamagoye with 147 on the power of last week's Gavin Sanders win. And Backfire North rounds out your top 5 with 121. There you see PRI, TBD Racing, Team Talent, Pack East, and Malomo Zachary Esports also rounding out the top 10. Latest safety numbers for the leagues. There you go. Principal Dan is your most safe driver, followed by Seifker, Munoz, Houston, and Rodrigo Munoz. So lights are out on the pace car. We are coming to green. But what you're going to see here, folks, this is the first time that we've really had a oval race this year. This is a bit of a different etiquette. First of all, full course yellows. We don't really see those on the road course. We see only local yellows. But also we see restarts. One of the things with rolling starts is because everything else is a standing start in this league. So what we're going to see here is Jasper's going to come up right next to the wall. Because of the rules of iRacing, the only place you are allowed to pass before the start-finish line when the track goes green is on the right side. That's more of a NASCAR rule than an IndyCar rule. IndyCar rule is when the track goes green, you can pass anywhere, which would be nice, but we're not allowed to do that because this is a NASCAR world, and once again, we're just living in it. But he's bringing the field down. He lets the pace car get off on the pit road here, as the pace car makes that radical turn right down on the pit road. Field is under the command of Christian Jasper, has it in first gear, mashes the gas and is away. Thing is, he's not going to get very far because Dakota the Maiden P2 is right on him, and he'll probably draft right up to his tailgate, the rear attenuator, which is that little black box you see sticking out in the back. Sometimes it has a light on it. You'll probably see him right up on that at the end of the back straight. Here we go. Jasper, Van de Sant, the Maid, Coogan, Sanders. There is your top 5. Not sure what happened to Alex Van de Sant here. He's back in the pack somehow. I don't know if maybe he had a penalty. Or maybe he jumped in for a top off there at the end. Working his way up to the front around Kresge. The front, swapping the lead there between Jasper and DeMade. Who's on the high side? Here comes Shane Coogan. In diamond formation, here comes Gavin Sanders. This is a fixed setup league. They had a fixed qualifying, a fixed race setup. Normally they have a fixed setup for their road course races as well, but they do use them on the road course, but not as much. But these cars do have adjustable in-cockpit adjustments, tools that they can make, adjustments to their setup that they can help the car handle a little bit better in traffic. There is Coogan there on the bottom, right across the tri-oval. Coogan, one of the best oval racers that I know. Gavin Sanders on the top side, sees a little room and clean air right there up against the wall. Jasper shuts the door. Sanders, Coogan, surprised that there was a car there, yanks the wheel a little bit to the left and gives the room where we're going 3 wide into turn 3. So the roll bars, they have a front anti-roll bar and a rear anti-roll bar, as well as they can adjust the brake bias here. They have something called a weight jacker, which adjusts the stiffness of the right rear spring. They have engine mappings, which they can use on the road course as well, to help with fuel conservation and fuel burn. As you see, once you get up front, there really is no place to go. Gavin Sanders right there had the lead taken away and takes it right back at the line. And a bit of a 6-car breakaway right here. Let's hop in the cockpit here of Gavin Sanders. Fifth gear all the way around. Unless he needs that 6th gear for passing. Probably has a car to his inside. There it is. To maintain the high line there. Kind of got to watch those seams. Takes the midline. Coogan pulls up in front, down the backstretch. There's that 6th gear. Pulls to the inside in turn 3. Downshifts to get the maximum revs. If he kept it in 6th, the car would kind of fizz out a little bit. Gets back in front of Coogan, down the front straight, and there is a lap there at Fontana. So, and really, not very many other forms of open wheel motorsport on the surface. And certainly the open wheel that hits the ovals. These guys have. There's a car on pit road, and I'm not sure why. We'll have to look into that. That's Hans Schlegel, I think, just went a lap down. Here, his engine there on pit road. Yeah, these drivers really have their hands full. And if you think about it, they kind of look like a jet fighter. They have a cockpit, a canopy, all these dials and knobs, and a wheel that kind of looks like a yoke. Pretty daunting if a first-time driver steps into one of these. Let's go back to battle for 4th and 5th here. Seesker and DeMay. Again, we're starting to get stretched out here a little bit as we are getting into the twilight hours. Track will be cooling off. Dakota down low. We'll find as the night goes on if that low line comes in or not. The high line still is the way to go. There's Gonzalo Munoz there in the GoDaddy. Brian Kennedy with a great run right here in the title sponsor car. Give a nod to him. Probably take an opportunity here and get a message from our sponsors. We'll go side by side.
Are you suffering from apexitis? Do you often miss the podium when you know you could be on it? Are you not reaching your full potential as a driver? Ask your doctor if Prostruction is right for you. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, winning more races, faster lap times, better car control, better racecraft, finishing on the podium. For faster lap times, ask your doctor today about Prostruction.
And we're back. Want to thank PRI. Also want to thank Midwest Kidney Warriors for sponsoring tonight's race. Being the title sponsor, Midwest Kidney Warriors is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that advocates life for those battling kidney disease. We have several kidney warriors needing a life-saving transplant and many who require a living donor. Please visit their website at www.midwestkidneywarriors.com or their group page on Facebook. Back to the battle here. Well, you know what? Let's take a look there at Alex Van de Sande. He is working his way up. I think he went down early. Again, another stop on pit road, possibly to top off. and he has had to come from very far back. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but he was with the leaders when they pitted. Did not come out with the leaders. Go back to 20th. There is Matt Houston in the Justin Wilson throwback. We also have a Tony Kanaan nod of a Sunoco special that he drove for about 4 races in 2013. JJ Wang is back together. But it looks like this whole group is just kind of riding it out at the moment. They are separated by a little bit of a distance up to P15 and Goyette. Goyette kind of by himself right now. Not where you want to be on this track. It's really going to impact your times. Fastest time right now is a 32.711. Alex Vanessant gone purple. Did that a couple laps ago. Go a little bit further here. Jeff Roth in the Will Power throwback. He's actually back in that second group. Now Houston wanting to go 3 wide there. AJ Wang there. That Davidson throwback. And they just seem to be conservative back here. That's really just seems to be what's going on. Looks Chris Summerall is showing out right now. Let's kind of go out and see what else. Chris Valenzuela might have been involved in that early wreck there. He is showing 4 laps down. Dory also struggling a little bit. Here's Hans Schlegel also struggling. Cody Claiborne, I believe he was also one of those that got involved with the J.J. Wang incident. John Silva has recovered with the fast repair. Is back underway. Still on the lead lap for those of you watching at home. Actually, it's a lap down, sorry. But he is the first car lap down, so he will get the lucky dog if there is another caution. Caleb Vinci, last car in the lead lap. He started up front. He's just riding this thing out. I think it was a little too crazy action up front. Meanwhile, up front, it's Gavin Sanders, Shane Coogan slugging it out as Nate Seifert's trying to make his way up to third and very quietly stalking these two. Dakota DeMaid back there also stalking this group, and the Charlie Kemble throwback. There we go. On his heels, Alex Vanessant using the high line to reel him in. Let's take a look inside the cockpit here of Alex. 6th gear, he's in the draft. 5th gear, helps rotate the car a little bit, right up against the wall. 6th gear, midway down the backstretch into turn 3. Staying up high. Down the 5th gear. Easy peasy for him as he's watching the action. He's got a popcorn seat right now as he's watching the top 3 go at it. Here's Seifert. He's got himself a hole. He's taking advantage of it. He is now up to the lead. Oh, he's starting to slide up the racetrack a little bit. Gets it back under control, back in the full blast of the throttle, but Shane Coogan is on the inside. Listen to those engines scream. And driving a great race, Christian Jasper there in that Castro Neves throwback. He is just driving a great race. I was talking to him early today. I don't know if he took my advice on the roll bars or the weight jacker, but I just said, you know, just get up there, draft, keep the car out of trouble. If anyone wants to race you, let them pass. No reason to get up front. No, he did get up there, led some laps, did the restart. Helps with the points in the pocket as well. We'll see how we do. We might turn into a fuel mileage race. Current stint for a lot of these guys is 25 laps, so we are looking at pit stops somewhere in the next 5 to 10 laps. All the stops were done at lap 16. We're at lap 41 of 125. I want to thank everybody watching from home. If you have any questions or want to see one of your favorite drivers, feel free to put their names in the chat. Note down your question. We'll help you out. IndyCar no longer comes to California, in case you're wondering. Last race was 2015. Probably one of the greatest races never seen, as they slugged it out. The young drivers loved it. The older drivers really weren't into the big pack racing, and the chemistry of the league, IndyCar, started to change pretty much right after the unfortunately the Dan Whelan incident at the Las Vegas in 2011, and the pack racing, which the older cars were much known for, really just kind of became one of those things of more of a carnival attraction. Really just incredible wrecks that occurred that some people managed to walk away from, but really got lucky. Kenny Breck, one of those at Texas. Davey Hamilton. Right there, Jasper being very patient. I don't know how to say that, and he's going to the inside of Gavin Sanders. Probably kind of a little bit of the air from Coogan there. Now look who's in the picture. The purple car stalks. It's Alex Van de Sant. He's moved down a couple lanes now, so he is now engaged this battle. 1.2 back. So these top five, covered by a second. Blanket trying to run a little bit by himself is Dakota the Maid there. We'll go to Gonzalo Munoz right there in the GoDaddy car. Fritz Dan in his oval race. Oh, a little twitchy there. Not his first oval race, but one of the few he's been in. I don't think he had the track up until recently. He is working with Gonzalo Munoz right there. Brian Kennedy, E10, great run. I don't see his teammate Christopher Hill in the lineup though. "31 laps on this current stint. We're getting close. Green flag pit stops. Here's Evan. Want to shout out to him. Very friendly. He's helped me say his last name correctly. We want to make sure. Ooh, gets out there wide. Maybe a little bit kick out in the right rear. Keeps it off the wall down the backstretch, but that's going to allow Rodrigo Munoz there in the hydroxy cut throwback to get a little bit of a run. Always like to look at that hydroxy cut throwback there. And that is Dory right behind him, I believe. Yeah, Dory, 2 laps down. Raced a little hard there for being a lap down. Almost, oof. I want to take it back up to the leaders, and also we're going to pay attention to see if there's anybody that's going to drop here that might take an early pit stop. Van de Sant still purple, the 32.711. Your top 5, Seifert, Sanders, Jasper, Van de Sant, Coogan. Your top 10 is Munoz and Maid. Gallagher's Principal Dan, and he just moved up to 8th there. And Brian Kennedy pretty much held down that top, that 10th spot all race long. Vinci down 13 spots, down P17. I think he's just kind of riding out. Hadn't made an extra pit stop for some reason. Might have went in and topped off that tank. Track temp is 91 degrees, so it is rapidly cooling down. Ambient's 89, so it's very comfortable. Really what's going off are these tires. '51 of 125 in the books. 35 laps on this current stint. And I would imagine that we are going to see some green flag pit stops here relatively soon. Yes, very much. Reading your comment there, that Auto Club is not part of the IndyCar schedule anymore. Oh, Seafruit blinking. That's not good. Come back to Gavin Sanders there. Yeah, this was 1/3 of the Triple Crown for the period between 2012 and 2015. 500-mile races were held here every year in that period. It was a third crown and the Triple Crown, like I said, between Pocono and Indianapolis. Prior to California joining the Triple Crown, it used to be Indianapolis, Pocono, and Michigan. Prior to that, it was Indianapolis, Pocono, and Ontario, ironically not too far away from this present site here. Ontario was an exact copy of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And it closed in 1980, was later demolished, probably about 81, but that's another shame too. So super speedways in Southern California tend to have a short history. Asper. Oh, I think we heard someone possibly might have smacked the wall further on back. I heard contact. I don't know if it's Shane. No, Shane's looking good. Was it Munoz? No, Munoz has fallen back to Dakota. And that's a bit of a four-car pack here now. So I think someone got close. One of the leaders letting it hang out. Lap 38 of this stint for everybody. We'll see how they do the pitting in here. Will they come directly off of 4, or will they use the apron in 3? This whole group right here, 1.6 seconds from 1st to 5th. Another 5 seconds, 6 seconds back to Munoz. And there it is. We are pitting off of 3. Oh, and this is not good. This is not good. JJ Wang is unfortunately in front. Oh, Gavin Sanders spins coming. He collects it, he collects it, he collects it. Oh, he did not want to see JJ Wang in front of him. That was not what he wanted to see. But that's going to cost him big time. Alexander Sant on pit road. JJ Wang was coming in for his regularly scheduled stop and was slow on the apron in front of the leader who was taking a green flag pit stop. Wow, that's just bad timing. You can't really pull out of it there once you commit to pit road. And we're cautioned. We're cautioned on the racetrack. Jeff Groff also on pit road. So let's cycle through and find out who possibly. Not sure what happened. Not seen it. Wonder if the logs will tell me. Nope, I don't really see it. Hey, maybe Caleb Bency? Maybe Caleb Bency? Let's see if there was something happened to Caleb here. And we hit pit road. No, not him. Not sure who the caution. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was him. Yeah. So, Caleb Bency coming to pit road. Let's watch this. Full speed. Just he catches that apron, comes around, and just enough of the surface to get the caution. Another car coming in, sees that caution right in front of him. Is like, oh, man. So let's get back up. This is a much-needed pit stop for everybody. Caleb on pit road. He might be done. I'm not sure. Let's get back up to the front with Gavin Sanders. It was now P1. Actually, yeah, amazing how he made his way up to P1. And I think he might be a lap behind. We'll see. We got to shake out. A lot of flux was happening in the middle of this pit cycle. Neil Lusher is your leader. Neil Lusher, right there. He is going to make pit road. Neil managed to go 42 laps on this tank of fuel. So what's going to happen is that all these cars that are behind him back to Van de Sant. There you go. Every car in front of Van de Sant is going to get a wave around. And then whoever's a lap down is going to get the lucky dog. I think that's how the rules are working tonight. Yep. Ontario, 1980, last kart race there. Was a staple of the calendar for about 10 years. Indy of the the Indy of the West. And really, my own editorial here. I don't really think there's anything stopping iRacing from making it. Not sure about licensing, but really it's the likeness of old Indianapolis. Of course, this is a pre-93 Indianapolis configuration where they didn't have the pit access roads there. Those were added after the 92 race because of the number of wrecks and injuries that occurred in that race. The drivers were taking very sharp angles and injuring their feet, which was leading up, something that was leading up for a couple years. Really started with a big wreck by Nelson Piquet when he was driving for Team Menard. But we're getting ready to come to green. Pace car is down low on the apron, getting ready to make that turn. Your top three here is Van de Sant, Seifert, and Christian Jasper. There's the good run there. And as you see, the snake is starting. Van de Sant takes the start from the wall, goes down to the bottom of the racetrack, breaks the draft a little bit, and actually it kind of does, because it kind of snaps Christian Jasper, who's almost by himself. He's going to really need to make sure that he can stay within a second and a half of those guys in front of him. They're going to break away. He's going to have to work with Shane Coogan now. And that car you see intermixed there, Hugo Gallas. I believe that is a battle for position. Yes. Hugo Gallas up 10 spots. You're a big climber. He is the big climber. The other one is Evan, who's up 8. Principal Dan from Monza. He's a headmaster of a school in the Monza area. He is making his series oval debut right here. Hanging on. He is currently P6. Track temp 90. Track temp is almost equal to the ambient temp. Ambient's still 89. Alex Van de Sande up front. Jasper got the draft back. He is working it. He is reeling it back in here. Number of cars still coming off the pit road, trying to repair some damage. Might have been JJ Wang down there. Let's go back further in the pack. Here's the last car on the lead lap. Is Groff. Groff is, hey, all you need to do is stay on the lead lap and conserve here, and you are in the mix when a yellow occurs. If it's going to go green from here on out, though, he's got a very tough road to go. The best thing he can do is kind of ride it out and see if he can get some mileage there. He is right behind Cody Claiborne, John Silva, and Hans Schlegel. Neil Lusher is also right up there. Oh, Hans slow up high. Wonder what happened. Let's see. We'll take a moment to see what happened to the former leader of this race for a couple of laps. Oh. Okay, yeah, there's a bump right there at the back of the straight, and that sends the car up. So that might have been the bump. Maybe he had a wheel issue. But yeah, he is slow at the top of the racetrack, still rolling. And he is heading to pit road, it looks like, right now. So Hans Schlegel now will go, Neil Lusher will go a lap down. There's Gavin Sanders. He is now back in P9 and is starting to reel in everybody right now. Doesn't have much in front of him, though. He's got Dakota DeMed less than a second. Is in the draft envelope. Can reel him in if he needs to. 66 of 125. I want to thank everybody watching from home. This is race first coverage of the PRI Formula Indy Series coming to you from Fontana. Lap 66 of 125. Your leader is Alex Van de Sande, Nate Seifert, and Christian Jasper round out your top three. You are watching the Midwest Kidney Warriors California 250. Midwest Kidney Warriors is a 5013 nonprofit organization that advocates life for those battling kidney disease. We have several kidney warriors needing a life-saving transplant today, and many who require a living donor. Please visit their website at MidwestKidneyWarriors.com or search them out on Facebook and find their group page. Also tonight, if you go to the feed and down in the description, you will find the spotter guide for tonight's race. You can open that up and track your favorite driver based upon the spotter guide, courtesy of Sunset Arctic Graphics and Dakota DeMed. There is Dakota right there. Down low for position. There's for Evan. Oh! I don't know if that was a little bit of net code, or possibly he might have scrubbed the... Oh, we got a car on the... is that Dan? No, that must be Dory. Yeah, Dory on the pit road right now. He's just not having a great day. Not having a great day. Let's go back through the field here. Tell you what, let's take this look at this battle for third. Let's go side by side with a message from PRI.
Are you suffering from apexitis? Do you often miss the podium when you know you could be on it? Are you not reaching your full potential as a driver? Ask your doctor if construction is right for you. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, winning more races, faster lap times, better car control, better racecraft, finishing on the podium. For faster lap times, ask your doctor today about obstruction.
Precision Racing Instruction. PRI will train you to be the best driver you can be. 21 plus years professional racing instruction experience. Check out PRI Instruction Day on Facebook and Instagram for their contact details. I want to thank them for being the title sponsor of the Formula Indy Series for Season 2. Currently you're watching Round 5. It's the Midwest Kidney Warriors California 250 from Fontana. A bit of a 4-car breakaway at the front here. Alex Van de Sant is your leader. Nate Seifert is second. Christian Jasper third. Shane Coogan fourth. These four have been together for a good chunk of the race now. We're going to have one more pit stop, whether it be green or caution, before this race is up. Possibly maybe even two. We'll see how the math works out. Current purple lap is still Alex Van de Sant with a 33.711. Alex had to, for the first pit stop, unfortunately fell back for some reason. We'll find out why, possibly, if he's in a post-race interview. And he worked his way back through the field, babe. And he is now the leader with coming into the 75 lap mark here soon. A lot of patience are being shown right now. A lot of patience are being shown. Let's check out this second group here. A little bit further back. This is being led by, actually, Principal Dan, who is now leading this group. I think Dan and Hugo probably need to team up now and try to track down that lead group. I think it's probably time to cooperate and a little less fighting. Right back behind them, we do have Dakota, who is falling back a little bit behind Evan. And Gavin, and Gavin is wanting to come forward big time. He just kind of moved. Ooh, don't wash up there, buddy. At one point, Gavin was a lap down, spun coming into the pits. Fortunately, got behind a slower car on the pit road. Pit road hit in is the apron all the way around the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Caught a car, had no place to go. And while trying to slow down and undercut that car, back ends came around and swapped ends on him. Both these guys running the high line, trying to run down the group in front of them. Look at P10, Rodrigo Munoz in that hydroxy cut car. He's kind of by himself. Matt Houston has worked his way up to 11th in that Justin Wilson Sonny's throwback. Ryan Kennedy hovering around 10th place all night long in that PRI car. Right behind him, Gonzalo Munoz, who was up with the leaders for a while. He might have had contact with the wall. That might have been the one that we heard, because he was with the leaders, and now he's kind of fallen back a little bit. He's in the clutches of Christopher Kresge. He's worked his way up to 14th. That's where he started, actually. And Jeff Groff, who is just in the tail end of the draft envelope with these guys. Actually, no, they're out of that envelope. Groff is considerably down the road from them, but he has in front of him Cody Claiborne, Silva, and Wang to kind of help pull him around. Right behind him is Hans Schlegel. There's Hans. Back up front, there are your leaders. Lap 22 of their runs. Actually, Van de Sant is 22 laps into his run, while Seifert, Coogan, Jasper, Piazza, Gallas, they are 20 laps into their run. So we're going to see a little bit of overlap here. While Van de Sant pitted 23 laps ago, so did Gavin Sanders, pitted 23 laps ago. We're going to have to see them too probably stop earlier before everyone else. Yeah, these, and I'm glad you guys are liking the action tonight. These Fontana races can go badly in a hurry. And I think the reason why tonight hasn't, they're trying to look for a clean line to get around Alex there. The reason it hasn't, I think it has a lot to do with the skill set of these drivers. They're into managing their equipment, tire management, fuel management, but they're also realize that when you get to the front, where are you going to go? Most of the time you get these races and some of these league races, and you'll get somebody that hasn't had a lot of time at the front, get that big run, want to get up there, lead some laps. And once they get up there, they got nowhere to go, and then they're kind of stuck up there, and then end up fighting for the lead, and that's where the multi-car wreck, big one, occurs for IndyCar racing, that is. And that ends up taking out a lot of quality cars further on back. So I think the fact that probably the setup also goes off a little bit, these tires as they get worn in. Also, track temp is changing. It's 90 degrees now. But I think a lot of it has to do with the skill set of these drivers. They just knew that full send on lap 1 is not going to get you anywhere, probably other than maybe some frowns with your fellow drivers here in this particular league. Etiquette's a big part of the FIS, and really, if anyone tried that, I would get a warning. Minimum I rating or license requirements? I have to look into that. I do not think they do. What you might want to do is, let's see, where will we find that? Search them out on iRacing, Formula Indy Series, or FIS. They should have all the requirements there. Certainly there will be a link to their Discord. You can click in the Discord, and you can get a better look inside the league and fellow drivers when you join the Discord server there. Most leagues don't. I don't think they do. Some extra camera angles here from the director. There we go, from the stands above the start-finish line. Let's take a look there at this battle between Jasper and Coogan. Not much of a battle going on, just each one's got their line. Ooh, don't come up anymore. Take a look, a little our version of Crank It Up here. Watch these guys make their way around this 2-mile super speedway whose days are numbered. Are low on the apron there. That looks like it might be Evan. And it is Evan. So I think he's coming up to speed from making his pit stop. Let's get back onto the cameras here. Evan looks like he made his pit stop on lap 83. So now we're starting to get into that window. Van de Sant is now at lap 30. So Evan's now come out with the leaders. How is he going to handle this one? And he has his teammate in this group. So can he help his teammate? No, he's going to let the leaders go. Okay, here is, got some notes sent to me. The Oval one-off sign-up requirements. If you want to do the Oval race, you have a minimum of a Class C Oval license with a minimum I rating of 1,500. I believe that's the only requirement. So Evan now is probably good to go. It's going to be really close. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. We might still have another pit stop involved here. Alex is starting to put some space in between himself and P2. You do not see this at California very often. He has pulled away to a half second, and he is making his car work on that bottom part of the racetrack. Can we get a look out the rear there? There we go. Look at him right down there, riding that lump, that bottom seal there. Gasper is not following him. Gasper's continuing to run his line. You see, that's a really good look at how the different lines that people can choose to work their way around here. 14 cars on the lead lap. Groff is your last car on the lead lap. He is 25 seconds behind this battle. That means he's not too far up the road from the leader right here. I don't know if the leader's going to catch him before we get to the pit stops. Yeah, and the rules that was handed to me, I only see one mention of the word rating, and that's just for the oval. So here is a pit stop here. He makes the run down onto the apron, holding it. He's going to turn the lead over to slowing down, bringing the car down this. Let's get another camera angle. There he goes, getting the car down to 60 miles per hour here at the cones. He is pitting before everyone else. This is going to be right around the time Gavin Sanders is coming in. I wonder how much Gavin Sanders has managed to conserve where he is on the track. This group really could probably use a yellow to kind of catch up. And here is right on cue, Gavin Sanders coming down to the apron to make his pit stop. Keeping the car under you. It's very slippery down there, very narrow. Bringing the car down on the pit road, slows it down right there at the cones. Hopefully he didn't get a pit road penalty. So now the leader is Seifert, as he now is trying to break the draft. It might be a bit early for that. They got Nick Goyette in the group with them. And Goyette just probably pitted. Yeah, he's third lap in on his stint. So he wants these guys to pit so he can get back on the lead lap. Definitely does not want a caution to occur. He's going to be trapped. Actually, well, we got the wave around and lucky dog, so we will see about that. But Gavin Sanders looks like he is back on the racetrack. Coming out in front of the double six of the boss man, Matt Houston. This league has caught the Brazilians' attention. Oh, that's good. Mostly road courses. I know excellent heritage of road course racing down there in Brazil, but also an excellent heritage of oval races. I mean, Emerson Fittipaldi, 2 Indy 500 wins. One of his first wins was the Michigan 500. And of course, 4-time Indy 500 winner Helio Castroneves. I was there. I've been at the Speedway for every one of Castroneves' Indy 500 wins. Well, we welcome your participation. We love you guys being here. Hope you guys are liking it. Next week we are returning to the road courses. Yeah, we're going to go to the Red Bull Ring, then Long Beach, then we're going to take a little bit of a break, do Zolder, then Virginia International, VIR, and Interlagos. So back at Brazil, back at ya. And I'm sure the admins and everyone planning the powers that be of the league are looking at a season 3 after the success of seasons 1 and 2. The car counts have been wonderful. I want to thank everybody for taking time to, in their important, valuable time that is, on their Tuesday nights to participate. So here comes your leader to pit road. That turns the lead over to Shane Coogan. Caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. This is going to be into, and I'm not sure who. Again, I'm not sure who it happened to. We're going to have to cycle through the field here. It might have been a lazy spin and there's no damage on a car. Yeah, not quite sure. Who cares who's a pace car? Not quite sure what happened there. Let's look at, was it JJ Wang again, maybe? Under yellow, you can come directly off at turn 4 and make a pit there. Yeah. No. We're already yellow at that point because you see the red flashing light. Yes, this, okay. So let's take a look and see what happened here. He comes to a stop. Okay, coming up to speed, and this is a art of oval racing here. Not an easy thing to do. Coming up to speed, clips that little bit of an apron and brings the car around, and that is a caution. And now we have an interesting bit where we have a bunch of cars caught a lap down. And let's get everything sorted out here. So really on these pit out things, not to give away any state secrets, but competition caution. Yeah, maybe Van de Sant thinks so. But what we have here is when you do your pit out, something that I do is I go super negative on the weight jacker to almost force the car to push on exit to kind of balance out that want of the car on the flat. It's kind of banked, but it's mostly flat, to want to kick out. And then you got to quickly crank back on that weight jacker, obviously, because you don't want to be pushing going into turns 3 and 4, still coming up to speed where you don't have all your aero hitting your wings. So you want to make sure that your weight jacker is you got it mapped to a pretty fast toggle. And so that's probably a pro tip there for future reference. Use a lot of negative weight jacker coming out of the pits, and that might prevent little stats or stunts like that. Excuse me. Not saying it was a stunt, but just comes with learning on ovals. So your leader is Shane Coogan, according to timing and scoring. No, timing and scoring is Nate Seifert is your leader. So we're going to get this sorted out. So Seifert, Van de Sant, and Sanders. Now a number of cars are getting the wave around. That's where you see the numbers going away. So it looks like we are down to the top 11 on the lead lap. I don't know if Groff will get the wave around being the first car one lap down. He's probably wanting that. So IndyCar rules, the pace car always picks up the leader. Anybody between the leader and the pace car gets a wave around. That's IndyCar. That's native IndyCar rules. Now we have some additional rules here where we have the lucky dog. That is not an IndyCar rule. That is a NASCAR rule. Not one of my favorites. You got to earn it. It's possible to earn it. Jacques Villeneuve won the Indy 500 in '95, 2 laps down. You can do it. Yeah, Emo's first win on the oval, the '85 Michigan 500, driving the 711 car. Bet you didn't know that, for Patrick Racing. So we are coming to green. Seifert. No, we're not coming to green. I thought we had the lights out on the pace car. Now he is. There he is. So he is protecting the bottom, coming to green, and I think that threw Shane off a little bit. Interesting, great tactic. You don't see that. Throw him a curveball every now and then. So 103 of 125. It's Seifert, Coogan, Hans Schlogel's in between them, and then we got Alex Van de Sande for P3. I'm sure Alex wanted Hans to give a better start than that, but really, I think everybody was kind of caught off guard with the method of that restart. Excellent, excellent. And we're cautioned again on the racetrack. Caution again on the racetrack. And was that Evan? Oh, yeah. I'm saying that. Let's see if we can go back in time a little bit. Oh, him and Goyette. Oh no. Okay, let's go back a little bit further in time. And something happened here. Something happened here. And I want to get another camera angle on this. So he gets a run on Goyette. I don't know. He gets two cars to the inside, so he's slowing down. Oh, Sanders into Goyette. Goyette into, oh, that. Oh my goodness, poor Goyette. Oh, yeah. And let's go back and let's watch that really quick in his in car. Let's go ahead and then we get back to the start here because we gotta. He noses on the inside. Gavin just. Ouch. Yeah, that's most unfortunate. Okay, we're packed on board Seifert, and we just happen to be here during a key moment. You hear that engine that I'm yelling over. He's in 6th gear, and you see that pace car getting away. He is heavy on fuel, and what he's doing is he's pushing in his clutch, or if he has a hand clutch on his wheel, and he is flooring it right now, hitting the rev limiter, trying to burn off fuel. Now, you can, and that makes the car lighter, but that also causes the engine temp to come up. And when the engine temp goes up, you do not have as much horsepower. So in the update to IndyCar that they got, and there's Goff getting that, or Goff, excuse me, getting his wave around. With that update about a year ago that IndyCar got, one of the things that is when you do that, it can damage the engine. So let's see if possibly that attempt to lighten the load of the fuel and the fuel burn, they run ethanol here, that they might damage the engine. So now we got Shane Coogan, who is right behind. We'll stay with the in-cars. And we'll probably got one to green this time by. There's Alex Van de Sande with Hans Schlogel in between them. He's probably going to want Hans to get out of the way, or maybe Hans can dip to the inside and allow Alex to get up in there. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have Gavin Sanders, who is he has Claiborne and Silva between him and Van de Sande. And we're still early to the point where the lap cars are not shuffled to the back yet. We're getting close to that window, but we're not in that window. There's Gavin trying to burn some fuel off. wonder if he has any damage. Now, of course, 7-Eleven, I would say it's more well-known for being the sponsor of Tony Kanaan when he drove for Andretti Motorsport. Oh, look down there on the apron. I don't know if we're trying to conserve. So when you run the apron, which you can do under caution, lights are out, you are running a shorter line around the racetrack, meaning you are burning less fuel, you're making less revolutions with your tires, your engine. You've probably got the clutch in too, so there is still some fuel burn going on, but getting down there is the least distance around the track, and that least distance means hopefully a little fuel save. We'll see. We're getting ready to go green. Lights are out on the pace car. Yeah, there we go. As you see, Alex Van der Sant is on the outside now of Hans Schlegel. Schlegel taking a dip to the inside. Alex is going to want to get a good start here so he can get the draft that he's to. And then Gavin Sanders is want to get a good start because he's got 2 cars he needs to work his way around in order to even reach the leaders. Right behind him, there we go. Green flag underway. Hans Schlegel out of the way for Alex Van der Sant. Van der Sant is around, and he is now direct contact with the leaders. Looks like some other traffic dipping down out of the way for some leaders. Let's go back to Gavin. Christian Jasper's in this. Oh, my voice is cracking. That's how exciting it is. Christian Jasper's still involved in this battle. He's falling back, though. That pit stop and getting caught out has kind of screwed this group a little bit. He's on the outside of Dakota DeMay. They really need to get in a line and start running down that lead group. That's what they need to do. Oh, look at that dive to the inside, Matt Houston. He's like, screw it. Full send. We're going. That cost him a little time coming out of turn 2. And he's going to get passed there by Gonzalo Munoz. 2 throwback cars right there. So it's Seifker, Coogan, Van der Sant, Sanders, Jasper, DeMay, Munoz, Houston, and Principal Dan round out your top 10. 12 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap is Groff. He's in that Will Power throwback. There he is. And I think he's just kind of happy to ride this one out at this point. I don't know. We'll see. Ryan Kennedy, he's been hovering around the top 10 all day. Very consistent running the PRI car. Matt Houston back to 10th. He's working his way up a little bit. Dan Piazza, he's now in 10th. We got Matt Houston in 9th. Actually 8th now. Timing and scoring is just really slow right now. Great run by Matt. He just kind of hovering, and then right there at the end, a very Rick Mears style of racing. If you're unfamiliar with Rick Mears, very fast, 4 Indy 500 wins. I think he has like 5 pole positions at Indy. Oh, we got a car on the wall up there. Heard some grinding there. But really, he's known for he hasn't led a lot of laps in IndyCar history. 84, he kind of dominated the race, but the other years he kind of had to come from behind to work his way up there. And he's known for correcting his car over a long haul and being there at the end. That's the Rick Mears strat. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible Nate may have misjudged, and now he's kind of regretting it. And probably why now, if we go back up to the front there, he's behind, Alex. Whoa. Hello, Netcode, my old friend. Sanders is in. Dugan falling back a little bit. Sanders, though, is in direct contact now. We have ourselves a battle brewing for the lead, folks. The defending champion, the #1 wearing badge of the FIS Series, your champion last year from the driver champion, Gavin Sanders. Nate Seifert, one of the leaders in points this year, with a couple of with a win under his belt. Then we got Alex Van de Sant, who has been challenging for everything all year, who is the RIL Turbo Series champion, as well as the Velocity Online Racing Series champion. All these guys are very accomplished up here. And now they got JJ Wang is going to be part of this battle here, whether he likes it or not, as the leaders are rapidly approaching him. Whoa, let's go back a little bit more in the field. There's Dakota DeMay going to take a look on the inside there of Munoz. And now he's going to try to work with Jasper as they got to reel these guys in. Jasper's been there all night long. Fortunately, just that pit stop. Got to reel these guys in. Great racing going on here. Obviously, that fuel strat of staying out longer is paying off. You stay out longer than everyone else, get everyone to lap down, and then you catch that yellow, like hitting a payday. Back up to the front. Nate staying right there on the 6. You hear him shifting up there. Hear that little pop? That's a shift. You hear him shifting all over the place there. 3 cars shifting. Probably going down. You can go as low as 4th in some of these corners. Help the car rotate. Now, these guys are going to race. That's going to open the door for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And there's plenty of time to go here on this track. Jasper is just out of, actually Jasper is within the draft envelope. He's just barely in it though. If he slows down anymore, he won't be in there any longer. So they need to try to reel these guys in. Alex using the low side. Here comes Nate taking a peek on the inside. Sanders got to bide in his time. I don't know, he might be damaged too. Well, we'll see. Folks, I will show you other battles on the racetrack, but this is the battle for the win. 8 laps to go, coming to 7 to go. Both Nate and Gavin are going to get a big run here at the end of the backstretch here on VDS. Inside Nate. Gavin chooses not to follow, although he has a clear lane. Clean air to the front wings now. Now he's going to want to take that position. He he wanted to go, and then Alex came down. We're going to go 3 wide. We're going to go 2 wide here. Gavin squeezes on by. He's on the outside. Nate's good. Oh, look at that. Alex actually takes the center line there, taking the draft away from everybody. Back up to the high line, Seifert. 5 laps to go. Now the snake starts. Now, if you're Sanders, do you just simply hold your line and look and scrub off speed, or do you follow along? That is a question he has asked himself. But now this group is starting to kind of separate a little bit. So Sanders falling back about a half second from the leader now. Now him and Sanders are both about a half second, about a 4/10 of a second. Those in that second group from DeMay, Jasper, and Munoz, they are out of draft range. So this is now a 3-car battle for the win. 3-car battle for the win. You're watching it right here. This is PRI Formula Indy Series race first coverage of the PRI Formula Indy Series Midwest Kidney Warriors, California 250. We are coming down to the final 4 laps, final 3 laps now of what has turned into a big-time strategy race, fuel mileage race, people catching brakes on yellows, you name it, everything has happened here. Just because you're the fastest doesn't mean you're going to be leading, and we're working our way into that situation right now. Alex, Nate, Gavin, 1, 2, 3 into turn 3, turn 4. 3 different lanes, getting extra air to those front wings. Gavin can take a pick here on which way he wants to go. Is he going to split them? Is he going to go 3 wide? They're running out of time. Trying to make a decision. Is he going to try to fit the car through there? Oh, Nate trying to squeeze up a little bit. That's going to cause probably Alex to roll out of it a little bit. I don't think Alex rolled out of it at all, because he's going to pull to the inside down the back stretch, and he's going to have the room into turn 3. Comes Gavin, final lap, white flag in the air. Gavin full sends on the bottom. He's going to send it. We are 2 wide coming off of turn 2. We're going to be 3 wide to turn 3 for the winner of the California 250. Midwest Kidney Warriors are going to be really excited on sponsoring this one. 3 wide to turn 3 and 4. Here we come down to the finish, and we're going to single it out. Is Nate going to get the run on Alex out to the outside? No, Alex got it. Alex is your winner of the California 250. What a run. What a last lap. Wow. Just recovering here a little bit. Whew. Probably watch some burnouts here. Oh, watch the wings. Watch the wings. Watch the wings. Trying to get the final standings here. So one of the overlays we've been having a difficult time with. We'll show you standings either way. And no. So that is not going to work, but we will show you our handy timing and scoring screen. You're not really going to see it here. You might have to zoom in there, but this is kind of what I use for timing and scoring. Gives me a little bit of extra information, but it's probably too much to put on a screen to kind of for everyone to follow along. But your top 5 here, your top 3, your podium: Alex Van de Sant, Nate Seifert, and Gavin Sanders. Your top 5 is Dakota DeMeg, Christian Jasper. Your top 10, Rodrigo Munoz, Matt Houston, Dan Piazza, Gonzalo Munoz, and Brian Kennedy. Your top 15 is Coogan, Groff, Gallus, Silva, and Kresge. Top 20 is Schlegel, Bincy, Claiborne, Wang, and Evan. And he's good. I'm going to practice it. I did not practice it this week. It's been one of those weeks. Sorry, Evan. 21 to 26, though, is Goyette, Lusher, Dory, Donchak, Valenzuela, and Summerall. So let's go ahead. And as you see here, the purple lap is the fast lap. That is a 32.6 by Alex. And as you see that he was the fastest. Here's some other pit information, but none of that is really too concerning to you. Another one thing we want to look at is John Silva. I think we have a John Silva fan group here. He's up 10 spots. He is your big gainer. He finished 14th, come up from 24th there. So great run from the back of the pack to the mid pack. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get into our Discord rooms, and let's bring in possibly Gavin. know, how many updates does Discord do a day? Seriously. Oof. I mean, they must have like 10 builds, 20 builds a day. Waiting to get in there here. All right, let's get in here. And let's start with Gavin. Let's go bring him on down. Gavin Sanders. Hey, Gavin, how you doing, buddy? You got your ears on? Hey, Gavin. All right, we'll put Gavin back up here. And let's see if we got Nate. Got his ears on here. Hey, Nate. P2, you got your ears on there, buddy? Is nobody talking? I believe we have the right, yeah. Test. Yeah, we're good. Let me just jump up here. Hey, Gavin, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Gary.
Okay. So something was wrong with the broadcast booth there, but we grabbed another room there in the trailer. So let's just get right to it. Full send there on the.
Okay.
Full send there on the end. We'll talk about that one first.
Okay.
You had a shot, but I got to think that you knew it was a long shot at best because of just that low line is not the preferred line, and it's not going to give you that momentum down that back straight.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of time the run. They did a good job with the. I don't know if there was any changes to the setup for this race, but it was definitely hard to generate runs, and I figured get dirty air if I tried to run the top, and I'd get a little bit of aero wash if I tried to run the bottom, but there's no lane in the middle there because that's the strongest lane pretty much. So might as well try the bottom, and I just didn't want to take anybody out in the process. So
a day full of adventure for you. Let's move on to mid-race. I believe you made contact with Goyette coming off of 4. Just kind of got washed up in there in the aero wash, or did he come down on you, or what happened there?
I definitely wasn't expecting him to be running the middle. I already tried to apologize, but yeah, I wasn't expecting him to be running the lane that he was in. I figured I could probably get away with pushing up to the middle there instead of going kind of top to bottom, and then back to the middle instead of holding the bottom. But yeah, he was there, and I feel really bad because I kind of killed him a little bit. But yeah, it was a tough run there. It was just really hard. Every time it felt like I pitted, I'd get put a lap down somehow, and then have to take the wave, and then I'd be stuck back there, and yeah.
Yeah, pit timing for you, again, that's going to go to the next question. Pit timing for you was very bad today. You, on your first pit stop, obviously the pit-in procedure for this race would to be, we would come in off of turn 3, use the apron, go all the way around instead of making that rapid change of banking and onto the apron from turn 4. Much safer way, provided that you don't hit the apron and scoot back up into traffic like it happened. But anyways, you were on your way to your first stop, and halfway through your pit entry, slower traffic making their pit stop. Yeah. I'm sure that there's only so much you can do, right?
Yeah, obviously you can time it better, but I didn't save enough fuel to get to the next lap, so I had to pit then, and unfortunately just got caught up behind somebody doing half the speed that I was doing, and braking down the back instead of braking into the corner like I was trying to pull off, just to kind of save myself some time and keep myself in the lead group. But it is what it is. It's racing. It happens. So Just glad that didn't compound. I got a timely yellow there, thank God. One finally went my way in this series.
Well, I would ask you to talk about your race, but I think we did that.
Yeah, I think that was my race.
But 2 races in a row that you're on the podium, so you're definitely back in the championship fight. Let's see, we are going to Red Bull Ring next. I don't know how much experience you got at Red Bull Ring, but your thoughts on that and any shout-outs you might have to wrap this up.
Red Bull Ring is definitely not my favorite track, but we'll hopefully have some pace there. And yeah, thank God didn't get taken out in this one either. We can actually look at the championship and kind of breathe a bit. So big shout out to Team Vor, Team Kamigoe, Fat Bastard Burrito, Braden Motorsport. Oh my God, I'm having a tough one tonight. Alpine Stars and Stilo. I can't even get them out.
You survived 250 miles of a semi-pack race, so. Well, congrats, good job, and we will see you at, I'll see you before then, but everyone else will see you at Red Bull Ring here in about a week.
Awesome. Sounds good. See you later.
Gavin Sanders, P3. All right, let's go ahead and bring up Nate. Nate, P2, another good showing and keeps you within contact in the points championship. You were up there all day long, all night long for that matter. Tell us about your race. It looks like just a bunch of patience probably was involved there.
Yeah, it was a lot of patience was involved, like you said. Really all night long. It wasn't really about running up front. After leading the first lap, that was the first goal, lead a lap, and then the second lap was survive till lap 100 and then race from there. So there was a lot of waiting tonight and learning throughout the entire 99 laps I had left to run there. Alex and I think were the 2 fastest cars tonight in the field. I think that's and Alex was a fantastic guy to race around. He knew exactly what he was going to do, where you could place the car at and everything like that. So I got lucky with the yellows a couple times tonight. That first yellow in the green flag cycle, I was about to pit. The second one, I was in pit road and got in front of the leader. So a little bit of luck was involved with keeping me at the front, of course, but overall it wasn't too stressful of a night, other than just that last 5 laps there at the end.
Almost 3 wide coming into turn 1 there. I think last lap, Gavin had a shot and went 3 wide, but wasn't able to hold it because, of course, the line down there doesn't carry the speed off of 3 and 4. That left you kind of to draft yourself to Alex. Did you think that you were going to have a chance to make it, or just not enough room and just make your best effort there at the end?
If Gavin did a decent job on 2. He was in front of me for a bit there. If he wanted to, he could have cleared me and basically made me relegated to 3rd. But if I was in front of him, that would have been a lot easier to work something on Alex, because I would have had a lot more track to use. Instead, I was kind of limited to the lane I was on, and I really had to lift a little bit to not run into Alex there. So really, it was kind of the effort I made was probably the best effort I could do. I don't think I could take back anything there in those last 4 or 5 laps. I think every single person, all 3 of us, did exactly the best possible for our races, and I think that was the best result we all 3 could have gotten, honestly.
Well, you did a great job of because that second pack of 4th, 5th, and 6th was in range barely, and you worked away from them, just kind of decided amongst yourselves. So, and you did it clean. So, congrats on that. Go in the Red Bull Ring next week. Anybody you want to shout out, say hi to before we let you go for your P2 tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I want to thank the title sponsor for tonight, the Midwest Kidney Warriors, who are also on my car. It's a great group of people. They're looking. It's a great support group of people helping, looking for kidney and organ transplants. It's a great group of guys that I'm fortunate enough to work with. One of the guys who helps run that, Shane Blanchard. So it's pretty fun to have him, and he was on my stream all night long. So that was kind of fun to have him on board with me in his race, essentially. So that was kind of fun to have him hanging out with me, giving me a little bit of tips and pointers when he could, I guess. And then thank the league admins. They do a fantastic job. With the league and the structure it is and everything like that. And then thank you, of course, for putting on the broadcast as well. As for the Red Bull Ring, my thoughts there. We're going back to a road course, so I think that'll help a lot. I think you look back at the last 2 weeks, I shot myself in the foot. The past 2 races. It all stemmed from Laguna and getting into Caleb that trashed my race there, and then having the penalty and having to work my way through at Imola. You look at those 2 races, that's kind of hampered the championship drive. So hopefully we got it back on track here. Hopefully we qualify well at the Red Bull Ring. Hopefully nothing wrong happen there, and then we got a good night on Caleb. We got a good night on Dan. Hopefully we clawed back quite a bit of it. So.
Well, arguably, depending on who you talk to in this lineup, you got the dangerous race of the year out of the way. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on the P2 and podium. We will see you next week at Red Bull Ring. And until then, have a great weekend, and we'll check you then.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, let's bring up the winner. Hey, Alex. Sorry to keep you waiting, but we had quite an interesting race a little bit further on in the pack. You didn't see because you were always up front. But just the long and short of it, I got a couple other questions that I want to ask, but just tell me about your race in general, and then leading up to that last lap.
Yeah, I sure didn't make it easy on myself for most of that. I sped on pit road on the first caution trying to jump.
That is one of my questions I was going to ask.
Yep. Yeah, just was running off the limiter, trying to get everything there because fuel wasn't a concern at that point, and I just went too fast for too long. So then was able to drive through the field. Most people were just running the high line, but I had the bottom figured out, I guess. So was just able to pass everybody there. Then kind of got screwed almost on pit lane once we had the first set of green flag stops. Caution came out as I was entering my box. So barely stayed on the lead lap, but lost some track position there. So and then at the end got the lucky dog. So that worked out well. I need to learn from that, not try those undercut strategies, but it was going to work if it stayed green. It just was able to have a great battle with Nate and Gavin in there right at the end. It was a blast. Really good, clean racing throughout the whole night.
Let me ask you a question as an experienced driver and a very experienced oval driver as well. I find it kind of no coincidence that most of the cautions came out during the pit cycle. Do you think that had to do a lot with the maybe lack of practice or maybe some inexperience of some of the drivers on ovals, and also the choice of pit in?
I mean, I didn't see what caused the cautions. I haven't looked back at the incidents or anything, but there was definitely a lot of inexperience with ovals, from what I could tell. And that's fine. It's a road-based league, so I think this was a night of learning for a lot of people. So the driving on track was fine, but there were definitely issues with understanding the procedures and the rules and like how you had to restart and all that. So we'll work on it, but overall it was a good night.
Well, P1, and I'm sure it's going to be a first of probably many for the remainder of the season. You're right back into the championship hunt here. Anybody you want to shout out to, say hi before we wrap it up for the night?
Yeah, as always, big thanks to my usual sponsors, elmseeger.com and Happy Trails Chili Company, available on Amazon. And then tonight I was running the Three Crowns Racing livery, so thanks to them for bringing me on. I already learned a lot from them, both with fixed and open setup racing. So
I can tell.
Yeah, and but yeah, and thanks to you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast here at Race First.
Well, we when you get a chance to watch it tonight, we hope you like it. So congrats on the P1. Alex Van de Sant winning here on the California 250. Have a good one.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, so let's wrap her up before we can send everybody home happy. Again, sorry about the small graphics for the for the results there. For some reason, the overlay just does not work for me for some reason when it gets to that point. But at least we got the starting lineup. So, let's see here. Let's kind of get out of here, and we'll read this off. So, your winner, Alex Van de Sant, on the oval here in California. Nate Seifert, P2. Gavin Sanders rounding out your podium. Go to the maid, Christian Jasper. Great run by both of those. P5, round out your top 5. Munoz, Houston, Piazza, Munoz, Kennedy, your top 10. Coogan, gotta find out what happened to him. Coogan, Groff, Gallas, Silva, Kresge, your top 15. Schlogel, Bensi, gotta find out what happened to him. Claiborne, Wang, Evan, your top 20. And rounding out the remainder of your field is Goyette, Lusher, Dory, Donchak, Valenzuela, and Summerall. So as we mentioned, next up, Red Bull Ring. You can see us here, same time, same channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe of the Raceverse channel here on YouTube, and find us on Twitter as well. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy. Everybody serving, God bless, Godspeed, come home safe. And we'll see you next time, next episode of the Formula Indy Series, brought to you by PRI, as we will come to you from Red Bull Ring. Good night.